Hey y'all, it's your girl KT and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all, come closer. Just a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer. When I say 2024 try to take me out, but God did not let it happen. Amen. 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 Alright, yeah, as you can see, today's video is literally a recap of 2024. My God. Whew, y'all. When I tell you about that 2024, I thought 2023 could have been bad. 2024 said, oh, I got you. I got you. But if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is KT and I'm your neighborhood favorite publicist that comes to you on this channel to talk about public relations, but I also tell you guys some lifestyle stuff and, you know, give you a chance to come join me in my life as a 30-year-old trying to navigate this lovely thing we call life and just trying to figure out my career, all that other stuff. So welcome. If you resonate with this, hopefully you will join the bandwagon and become part of the besties, which is my group here on YouTube that we talk and kiki and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. So as you guys can see, the title is really a recap of 2024 and, you know, what does that look like, what does that mean, you know. I'm just gonna really run back the tapes for you, because I mean, I kind of documented everything, but literally I'm rolling back and telling you guys like some of my high moments, some of the low moments, and really just the lessons that I already knew, but it was like 2024 said, oh, you gonna learn these again. Obviously you didn't learn them fully in these other seasons of your life, but in 2024 you gonna learn it again, and it's gonna be ingrained in your memory, because you gonna wonder why and how was this all messed up from the get-go. So let's go ahead and get straight on into the video. So I mean, I feel like I say this every video, and hopefully in January I can stop saying it, but it's all for the new people who haven't, you know, really been a part of this whole journey like you guys have. But 2024 was very I won't say a dumpster fire, but it was like illusions. That's the best word. It was an illusion for me. So if you did not start in January with me, January we were all so excited because we got this new position and I was moving out of Birmingham. Did I think I was gonna move out? No. Typically, you know, you get one job offer and you be like, oh, you know, something else gonna come around, and something else didn't. So I was like, okay, we got this job offer, we put in the 2 weeks, we gotta go. So I moved from Birmingham, Alabama to Chattanooga, Tennessee in January, and everything was very nice. January was good. February was like, we were teeter-tottering, because again, you know, getting used to a new city, you know the people you work with, but you don't really know nobody. Even if the organizations that you transfer to, you really don't know nobody. So then it was like March got there and it was like it's some stuff happening here that, you know, we weren't privy to getting this information prior to us showing up, and you know, it had you questioning a lot. I'm just running down the timeline to you so you can understand why 2024 kind of was a dumpster fire from in the beginning. So March, April came and you was like, this ain't what they said. It's not giving what it said it was giving. You know, you ask these questions, people give you answers, and you would think most people would be truthful about these answers, and obviously nobody was being truthful. I was being truthful, but I was not giving the truth. No, I found out people said what they wanted to say to get me here. May, it was just like, we're gonna have to figure this out. Then June, and it was just like the whole dumpster fire happened, and it's like, that was my birthday month. Why would the dumpster fire happen? Like, why would you want to do that in June of all times, right? But obviously somebody was praying a practical joke on me, and it was like, June was like, okay sis, we got to get up out of here. July was not that much better, because July was another dumpster fire, because internally, like, everything leading up to June was work. July was like friend stuff and like letting people go and getting out of character, stuff like that. Then August came, and it was just like, yeah, you really got to go. You really got to get up out of here. And then September came, and that's when you found out you had a new job and you was moving back to Birmingham, and the dumpster fire continues to happen month after month. And you know, October came, you moved, you got a better job. Things was moving, shaking. Your job got you going here, this, that, and the third. And you know, organization got you doing this, that, and the third. And now we're here in December when I'm doing this video, and we're trying to figure out why 2024 was so unsuccessful. So I wouldn't say it was unsuccessful, but 2024 was definitely not what I thought and planned to be. And to be quite honest, 2024, I was like, I'm not doing that many goals, because one, I'm moving to a whole new town, so I don't know what that looks like. So there wasn't a lot of planning on my end like it usually is. Like, I'm just like, okay, this is what I'm doing, this, that, and the third, we getting this accomplished, we doing this, we doing that. That's not how that went. 2024 was literally by God's grace. We was just following whatever. At that point, we had to just follow what we thought we heard. We thought we heard we were supposed to move. We thought we heard this was gonna be a great opportunity. And then someone was like, oh, girl, we joked. It was a joke. Ha ha ha. That's exactly how I felt up until June. But nevertheless, let's just go ahead and get into what I consider the high moments of 2024. So I have my list right here, so if you see me reading off my phone, this is to help me keep on track, because y'all know I'm a chatter. I would chat until 20 minutes and then be like, I did not hit any of the points that I said I was talking about. So have a script to keep us on track. So the highs was being able to secure 2 high-paying profile positions. So what I will say 2024 helped me with my career was to reassure me that I am where I need to be. I don't know if you guys noticed in like 2023, like I stopped doing a lot of filming because at that time there was a lot of things going on, and I lost confidence in myself, especially in my career. I haven't really shared a lot of things that transpired at the job before the job in Chattanooga, because it was just like I was still processing it to the point until today probably about a lot of people. Let me say this. People, misery loves company. That's one. And two, when people feel like they can control you, they try to do things to make you fall in line. And that's exactly what was happening. So because this one person felt like I didn't do exactly what they wanted me to do, because one, I'm kind of the subject matter expert and I know what needs to be done, and it didn't align with what they wanted, and because they weren't my boss, they tried to go and supersede me and try to get, you know, some stuff started on that note. And I started losing confidence because it was like every time I looked around, everything I did, it was like, oh, this ain't good enough, or this ain't did this, or you ain't do this, or you ain't. So I was literally questioning, like, am I even supposed to be doing communications or PR anymore? Like, I'm not having fun with it anymore. And I never want to be in a career or even a job. I've always prided myself on, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And you know, when I'm not having fun, and I know people be like, oh, you go to work to have fun. Yes I do, because at the end of the day, you spend so much time at work. If you're not having fun at work, if you're not enjoying the work that you do, if you're not satisfied with what you have going on at your job, there's no reason for you to be in it. And that's just my philosophy about a lot of things in life. That ain't just a job, that's relationships, that's friendships, organizations, whatever. If the reason why you got that career is just because it was, you know, checkbox, you miserable every day, you hate going to work, I never want to feel like that. And when I started feeling like that at my previous job before I left to go to Chattanooga, it was time for me to go. And again, I was losing confidence in knowing that it wasn't me. Because one thing that I do a lot is I don't blame other people's actions, regardless if their actions are the ones that cause what's going on. I'm always someone who look inward and be like, oh, well, what could I have done? Like, what am I doing wrong? Which is a blessing and a curse, because if you're not doing nothing wrong, it will take you out, because you'll be like, I know I ain't do this, like, what's going on here? So I started to look inward with a lot of stuff that was happening that was out of my control and really had nothing to do with me or my skills. It was more of because folks felt like they couldn't control me. Now, since all that happened, does that person still work in that position? No, because God got me. You're not gonna mess with God's favorites. I'm not trying to, you know, brag, but things happen for a reason, and I'm a big component of, I don't use my faith or use God as a weapon, but God will let things happen to show you what you did wrong. I know He will. We read it in the Bible all the time. As much as, you know, God is loving, God does show discipline. He does show you things and let things happen just to see what you gonna do. So I feel like sometimes when people go out of their way to make other people's life hard, God is gonna show them a lesson, and God showed them a lesson quicker than I can even expect it. No more on that. We're just gonna leave that where it is. But again, being so happy that I realized that it wasn't me that was the issue in those situations, or my skills in public relations, that it was literally just not the season I was supposed to be there, or it was time for me to go. So I got 2 high positions from there. Another high was actually stepping out on faith, regardless of how much of a dumpster fire I thought 2024 was and how things really didn't transpire the way it went. I stepped out on faith and moved out. And that's a testament in itself, because again, I knew when I accepted the position, like, I was gonna have to move, but I was really in a position like, somebody gonna call by December, and they'll call before I move, and we gonna be there. Ain't nobody called before I moved. So I had to step out on faith and move, because I really wasn't trying to move, y'all. If you listen to any of my stories, like, literally moving was never on the bingo card. Like, I've moved out before. Like, if you got known me since college, my freshman year of college, I was in New Orleans for a whole year. Moved out, ended up coming right back to Birmingham. And then now that I moved out again and came back to Birmingham, I'm just like, okay, maybe Birmingham is where I'm supposed to be. So, but I really am truly grateful that I did step out on faith, because I I needed some time away. And what I mean by that, I just needed some time to, you know, take a step back, look at life, and figure out what did I want from life, and not what everybody else expected me to do, but also figuring out myself. Because one thing that I could say back then, and it was, I was always on the go. Like literally, I was always doing stuff for other people. I was not always looking out for myself. And I felt like during this season that I was in Chattanooga, like I had to sit with myself. I didn't have nobody. I didn't have any friends down here. I didn't have any family down here. So if my family didn't come down here to visit, if my friends didn't come down to visit, I was by myself. So I was literally having a lot of alone time. So being able to step out and figure out what I want out of life, figure out, you know, what was my next steps, all that kind of stuff really truly set me up for a better path going forward. And then the next high, I would say, is really finding out who is for you. There are so many people in life that, you know, say they for you and you find out they not. So I'm gonna leave it at that, because I had some bad, and some of these weren't only my friends. Like it was some of my sister friends that just, and y'all know I go to bat for my sisters. You ain't gonna treat them any kind of way, and I will fall out in a minute. I don't care who it is. You know, if my sisters are in the wrong, I let them, hey, I don't think you. But in public, you're not finna say it. No, but that's the highs. So I do have 2 lows, and this goes back to what I was kind of saying in the high moment of when I was very happy about finding 2 director positions because of the loss of confidence in myself for public relations, and then also just depression. And I didn't realize that depression from 2023 will follow me because I never addressed it. And that was one of the biggest things that I had to address when I got a therapist, because I would go through these seasons of not wanting to talk to nobody, like, and it was already bad because I'm not down here with nobody. I didn't feel like being bothered. I didn't go nowhere. I was locked up in my apartment all the time, outside of work stuff. As soon as I get, like, literally, y'all, I would get off, go home, and not go nowhere. That was my life. And so I realized that was depression. And it was really like, you gotta deal with this, because you can't continue living your life like this, girl. You gotta get out that house. And so I feel like with the change in job, and also with the change of scenery back to Birmingham, and just talking to my therapist before, you know, I switched insurance and stuff like that, she really felt like I was in a better space, because I was depressed. It was depression and anxiety there. I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, everything was peaches and cream. No, there was periods of depression. There was a period of anxiety that I was anxious about going to work. When I started getting anxious about going into work every day, I knew it was something wrong, so I had to go get some therapy. So that's one of the biggest lessons. Listen to yourself and figure it out. And if you got to do some stuff you ain't did in a minute, just that's what you're gonna have to do. But nevertheless, this is my lows. So also, let's talk about the lessons. Again, some of these lessons are things I already know, but I really experienced them in 2024. So the very first one is go where you're celebrated. I learned this so many times before, but it was this season I was like, oh, I know what you mean. Because the things that I did here in Chattanooga, it was like, who she thinks she is coming in here? Why she all dressed up to go to work every day? Why she wear heels to work every day? Why she talk like that? Why she come over here telling us what to do? I am not exaggerating. That's how it was when I went to work. Oh, you think you better than somebody because you getting your PhD? I don't think I'm better than anybody. First of all, if you knew how much I'm paying to get this PhD, you'll probably think I'm a fool. But it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Not too much on me. But the same things that I went through in Chattanooga and I've come back to Birmingham. Oh girl, I love your outfit. Oh girl, where you get this from? Oh, you know, I'm just so excited for you to be here. Oh, I just love what you do here already. Literally, y'all, so I'm on the executive leadership team. One of my chiefs, I'm not in law enforcement, but you know, you got chiefs, human reasons, that kind of chief. He actually gave me flowers. And before you say something crazy, it wasn't that kind of flowers. But he gave me flowers because so much of what I've done so far within a month has helped him out. Listening to him to figure out how we can utilize this from a communication marketing aspect. It's stuff like that. The things that I wanted to implement in Chattanooga, I can implement better in Birmingham and give some kind of impact. And people are very excited to see that impact. And I really realized you really just need to go where you celebrate it. A lot of people be like, oh, I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. Let me be in the big pond. That big pond don't care. That big pond will spit you out and chew you up and spit you out, and then you sitting here looking crazy trying to pick up the pieces and wondering why you cannot assimilate correctly. I kept wondering why I'm just being me. I'm over here trying to build community and I can't do this, I can't do that. It was so much I can't. But as soon as I get to Birmingham, oh, you could do this. Oh, we know you do social media. You, even though you're not in a leadership position in junior league anymore, let us give you this. Literally. And that's just a testament of really knowing, and like I said, going where you're celebrated. And I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but go where you celebrate. You know, we hear this so much in movies, but this year I really learned it. And it's when people show you who you are, believe them, and I added this other part, and don't give them the benefit of the doubt of what they did. Literally. I'm not gonna use names. At this point, if this person watched this video and feels some type of way, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I don't like people playing in my face. So I had one person who was supposed to be such a big sister to me when I moved to Chattanooga. She fed my sister these whole big things of how she was gonna look out for me, this, then, and the third. When all the stuff started transpiring, she was like, oh, well, you know, it's gonna do this and it's gonna do that. Really not helping me. And she was supposed to be one of the top people, so you would think she would help, but didn't help at all. And then when the shit really hit the fan, she made it and was making it like, you know, oh, well, you should come with me when I get a new job. Like, I'm be the dummy not to have a position for myself before I leave. I don't put my career in nobody's hands but myself. But it all boils down to, when I left, I had so many people who I did get cool with in Chattanooga reach out. Hey, how was your first day? You know, blase, this what happened. Nah, 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 nah. This person did not text me, did not call me, did not say, hey, did you make it safely? Mind you, you going around talking about you my sister, we big sis, little sis. I don't play, but that's why I don't play about that best friend sis title. I do not play with that, because you not finna play. You're not playing on my top, especially when you ain't serious. If you notice, I do not use them terminology. Hey girl, hey boo, stuff like that. Now if I call you sis, there is a real reason why I call you a sis. But mind you, and the only time she called me was to tell me she didn't get a position, and she saw a position in Birmingham and said, how can I help her get it? And I told her, quite frankly, I can't help you do it. Because you sat here and played in my face, and you made it seem like, you know, we were so close, and you know, you was going, when you got this new position, you was gonna make a position for me to go with you, and this, and the third. I'm not boo-boo fool. I know how long it takes you to create a position, so I was gonna be stuck wherever I was until you supposedly got this position together. But again, When people show you who you are, believe them and don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Always another thing, everyone who says they are for you are not for you. And that's all I'm gonna say. Everybody who says they are for you are not for you, sis. I call y'all sis because we've been here for a while, right? And the last lesson I would say is sometimes you just gotta push yourself further. I really learned this in this season. I am somebody who typically goes hard, but sometimes you just gotta push yourself a little further. Because had I not pushed myself further, I probably would not have moved back and probably would not be in this position and would be miserable because I felt like, you know, this wasn't it. But I decided to push myself further and here we are. Right? Okay. So, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into 2025. What that means, like 2025, we're going all in. I let 2024 go by. Like some things happened that was on great, but 2025, it's a year of flourishing. That's my word of the year for 2025. I will explain more, but you know, I didn't plan a lot for 2024 because again, I was gonna get used to being in this new city, being in this position, and that didn't work out. So I'm not feeling sorry for anybody. It is what it is. If you feel like, oh well dang, why is she doing all this in because I can. 2025 is going to be my year. I am going to claim this in God's name right now that 2025, that everything that I ask and manifest is gonna come true. And I'm going to wish the same for y'all because 2025 got to be a better year. I mean, we seen the dumpster fire that happened in 2024. Also, I don't know what side of the coin you are. Maybe you were excited about elections, maybe you weren't excited about election. But this 2025 business is not going to affect me. I'm going to do what I need to do and we're gonna get it together. So that's the end of my recap for 2024. Hopefully you guys comment down below and tell me what was one of your favorite moments for 2024. Let me know. Let's kiki down below, right? So without everything, thank you guys for staying tuned. You know, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any video when I drop a new one. And as always, thank you guys so much and I will see you in the next video. Bye y'all.